and the buttons to make us go live.
I don't
Then
want to do this show anymore.
I'm pressing the buttons. So we're going live in just a second on Google Hangouts. Okay, we're
Yeah.
live. Yeah, yeah. I like you're like the hype man, Ike. And I'm clicking the button on Alpha Geek Radio, clicking the go live button. And I'm clicking the button on Alpha Geek Radio, clicking the go live button. Maybe I'm going to sing that every time.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think, Eric?
Not a fan.
All right. We are live on Alpha Geek Radio. The switches are flipped. We're good to go. We're done with Christmas. You guys ready to start the show?
I'm
Yeah.
always ready to start the show.
All right, let me hear it. On the left side,
I'm
you guys
so
ready?
meta. I've already started the show.
Yeah.
Right
I
side,
was,
you guys ready?
I was ready 5 minutes ago when we said we were going to start the show.
Okay, let's do this. Hello, Internet. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric,
And I'm sitting here.
and you're listening to Just Cool Enough, and I know you guys definitely wanted an update, so you've been waiting for a while. So I'm thinking I'm keeping my half-elf sorcerer. I think I'm going to keep
What?
playing it. I think I'm going to keep
No.
playing. I had the opportunity to re-roll. I rolled a character. It was going to be this black metal bard. He was a tiefling. He was going to be all like basically Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse. But you know, I was sitting down.
Do you have to start talking about this stuff right off the show? Like,
Yeah,
people don't-
obviously.
Like,
Everyone
I mean, like,
wants
you
to
gotta
know.
ease somebody like nice and slow.
Well, I was
ease
just
them into
saying,
it.
like
You're just
I was
coming so
coming
hard.
up. One of my GMs was like, if you roll a new character, I want you to do backstories for them. And I was like coming up with a backstory, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. He doesn't really care that much. But then I thought, I never sat down and wrote Faraday's backstory. So I did. I wrote it, and it was like 1,000 words. And I was like, oh, wow, Jesus. I think I like Faraday a lot more.
All right, so that's what happened your week. That's great, Eric. Like, how's your week been? You know, we had a whole holiday and everything, right?
I'm still on my holiday.
Oh yeah. Lucky.
Yeah.
When you're unemployed, every day's a holiday.
You know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say lucky. Good life choice, Ike.
Yeah, that just means every time I want to go anywhere, I have to pay more money because it's always during the students down season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Because you
get
can't go,
bonuses.
you can't do those things like I'm doing, where I'm taking a Paris vacation in March, where it's cheap as shit.
Yeah.
Because March is primary learning times.
I got myself a new graphics card and a new monitor, so I've been enjoying that.
All right. Congratulations. What graphics card you get?
960.
No, don't tell him. As soon as he knows it explodes.
We got actually my friend Nick's getting a graphics card, and it is also a 960. It's a good build going. That's great. Did it smooth out all your issues you're having, Ike?
Oh, well, I can play Heroes of the Storm, which I'm going to, as soon as I finish this match, quit. But I can do that and talk on the show at the same time, so I don't have massive lag issues. And everything looks a lot cleaner and smoother.
That's cool. Nice. Congratulations, Eric. You gave a lot for Christmas. You gave a Paris vacation to your mother,
Yeah.
which is very nice. You're a very good.
I
good
gave
child.
up 2.5 months worth of savings to my mom.
I mean, that's a good job saving too.
Yeah, but you get to go. You're going too, though. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm
Totally worth it.
here's your ticket, bye. No, I mean, we're both going. So, I mean, I'm getting something out of it. I mean, like,
So
Paris-
like, were you just trying to one up your sister? Like, is that how this
I
works?
mean, in a way, yeah.
Like, did you tell your sister that you were getting this, or were you just like, your sister's like, here's some pots and pans, mom, and you're like, suck it, look at this Paris vacation.
Well, I told my sister a couple of days before. But even better is that not only did my sister she went to Paris, which my mom had to partially pay for over the summer. But my sister also didn't get her any money, or didn't get her anything because she doesn't have any money currently because she's paying off debts and stuff like that. She just got a job, so her job back at Starbucks, so she's getting money
Everything's
again.
coming
But
up, Millhouse.
yeah, but it was just like she didn't get my mom anything. I got her dream trip to France, which she's always wanted to take her entire life and has never had to, and had to pay to send my sister there so that she could enjoy it. And then my sister's always like, this one time in Paris, I was there for a month. I'm so Parisian.
one time at band camp.
Yeah, so I'm definitely the favorite child, and she was like, "God damn it, I can never I can never outdo this. Like I was the favorite child. I just graduated college. Yeah, I have a degree, and I couldn't even enjoy that for a week, and you fucking had to." I was like, "Yeah, I win. I win. I spent 2.5 months working a job that high school students do because they don't drug test you, and I beat you. You spent years and thousands of dollars on an education, and I just kind of fucking wore a costume and like went bleh at a bunch of fucking tourists for 2.5 months, and then I'm going to Paris and I'm the favorite. So
that's a way good way to be a favorite. That's a really good idea.
yeah, I'm thoughtful as fuck.
That was great. But Eric? Did you receive anything really cool, or did you just take
no,
on that one?
I mean, I did. My mom was like, before I gave her the trip, she was like, "This year, I'll just give you cash, you know." So she just wrote me a check, which I then immediately deposited and used towards the trip. I could have done it without her cash, but with her cash, it was basically I was able to spend a little more, which was nice. You know, I got a nicer hotel, and we're there for 4 days instead of 3.
Are you going to be just in the city proper? Are you going to go to Versailles? What's the plan?
We might go to Versailles, but we're definitely we're in the city. There's plenty. I mean, we're only there for 4 nights, which is plenty of time, especially in this season. We'll see anything and everything we want to see in the city. We could do Versailles because they do like half-day tours, so we could spend half a day there. But we probably won't. But maybe. I didn't even think I wasn't even really planning what to do because she's got a million things she's gonna want to do. So I'll defer to her.
Kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm like yeah, I fucking want to see the Eiffel Tower, and it'll be across from our hotel, and we'll see the Louvre, you know, and that's about.
The Louvre is awesome. You got it. Are you a museum person?
I like museums. Yeah.
Dude, if your mom's a museum person, like the thing is,
yeah, we're going to the fucking Louvre. Like it's not like.
Dude, but this is the thing. You go to the Louvre, and then you go to every other museum around the world, and then you're just like, eh. So it's kind of like starting off with like the Ferrari or the you know the Koenigsegg, the Lamborghini.
You experience a female orgasm, and then you never get to experience it ever again.
Yeah,
I think that I mean I've never experienced that. Or even seen one really. They're very elusive. But what I'm saying, like I could only imagine that it's very similar to what Ike is saying.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was funny. My mom was like, "Yeah, I know you would probably want to go to see Normandy," and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I actually would, but we won't have time." Yeah, it's super far. I looked it up, and you can take a train for 2.5 hours and then rent a car, and I was like, that's way too much work. I'll see Normandy some other day.
That's great, man. Yeah.
Are you going?
We'll talk about that at a different time. Some stuff went down during the gift giving that may or may not have caused some issues.
Oh, so you got her some pots and pans, and she got you divorce papers?
No. It has nothing to do with me and Sarah. It's just we'll talk about it after the show. Yeah, I want to go. I don't know if it's gonna happen because of things that are outside of Sarah and my control.
Well, don't worry, because I found a nice game shop that's a couple blocks from my hotel. So I can if I visit there, because a couple friends of mine are thinking about getting into Kings of War, which is it's a bunch of guys that used to work on Warhammer and stuff like that. They form their own company and they do Kings of War, which is basically a knockoff.
Is it on the thing?
No, it's a tabletop miniatures game like Warhammer.
Okay. I thought that was the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing.
It's simplified and the models are cheaper. They don't fucking gouge you in the prices. And a bunch of my friends were thinking about getting into it. And then I looked it up, and I was actually, if I buy them while I'm in Paris, I might be saving a couple of bucks because the conversion rate from euros to American dollars, and then not having to buy shipping and stuff like that. So I might actually go to Paris to buy Kings of War miniatures and then bring them home and paint them here. It's
Ike, how was your giving and receiving? Did you give or receive any gifts or things of note?
I did though. I had enough money left over after just barely enough. I bought myself Killing Floor 2 on the Steam sale.
I didn't do anything on the Steam sale. Anyway, Ike, please answer the question.
Well,
Before
aside,
he does, let me interrupt him one more time, just cuz.
God damn it, Eric. Everybody in Paris is gonna hate you.
Oh yeah.
well,
I'm
he
gonna
already
be-
do because he's American.
I'm gonna be the guy
it's-
standing around just yelling at people to speak English, even if they're not having conversations with me. I'm just gonna
Dude,
be like, speak English.
I have a theory, but I'll tell you later. Ike, tell me your things. What'd you do? How'd you do?
Yeah, Ike, why won't you speak?
So, got some beef jerky, some salsa, and the new graphics card and video card. Those were my highlights because my parents, like at the very beginning of the whole Christmas getting season, I was like, these are the things I want. Like back in November, I'm like, I want another hard drive, a graphics card, and a monitor, or you can donate money to Hasbro Children's Hospital. So they got me a graphics card and a monitor between my girlfriend and my parents. So
Yeah, fuck those children.
yeah. They don't need that shit.
Those children can have your old graphics card.
I thought about that. I was thinking about getting rid of my Wii.
Blow
I
the
was like,
dust off.
Can
Hey,
I
is that a-
donate it?
Is that a our wait? What is that? What is it? 950 or something?
I think so. Sounds about right. Yeah, why?
How much you want for it?
Shipping and handling?
Yeah. Just shipping and handling.
It's yours, Joe. I just
All right, cool. All right,
Yeah.
deal done.
Just Cool Enough bought that for him, didn't it?
Wait, technically, yeah, I think.
did they? I think that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Hey, Eric, where's your old graphics card?
Where's your capture card? I think is what you want to know.
Can you just send me all your stuff that you guys aren't using? I would
I
really
mean,
like
I
more
don't
junk.
I don't use the capture card currently, but it's still able to be used. Like, yeah.
Guys, we need to do an inventory audit of our just cool enough things because
Yeah, I've got a capture card and this mic.
I don't think I've ever used the just cool enough funds and kept them. I used it to keep my bank account afloat one time. You guys remember that when I was living
Fucking
in Indianapolis?
embezzler.
I actually, yeah.
I was like, guys, I need $300. Otherwise, all my accounts are gonna be overdrawn. I need to take it right now. I promise I'll get it back as soon as my paycheck. Like I'm like,
You know you've reached fucking rock bottom when you look to JCE to keep your bank accounts afloat.
I mean,
it was true. It was true.
I've looked at that and go, if we ended the show right now, I could probably get a PS4.
That was rock bottom financially for me, though, for real. Like looking back at it, the show helped me out a whole lot, mentally, making me mentally strong.
The last cool toy I got was this one from my girlfriend's parents.
What is it? You're holding it up.
It's a 3D doodler. So it works I describe it like a hot
penis.
glue gun.
That sounds like a penis.
It's
a penis.
it's like a hot glue gun mixed with a 3D printer, where like as you draw in three-dimensional space, it leaves little like plastic behinds.
Wait a second. Isn't just being alive and using a pen three-dimensional?
No, because it's two-dimensional. Like you could
Arguably, you could say applying ink to the surface of a piece of paper does make the ink three-dimensional, but no, this actually lets you construct like a cube.
Really?
3D,
Yeah.
because
That's
it
really
stacks up
cool.
on top of itself as you draw up, and then you just pause, let it kind of dry like you might with a hot glue gun, and then you can redraw with it, and it comes in like rainbow of colors.
What? That's amazing. What kind of wizardry is this?
So far, I've only been making little boxes because came with a book. My girlfriend's parents bought me a book to go with it, and it was like, this is how you should start. You should make this thing, and then so I've been playing around trying to make those things.
Do you have anything by your desk? Can you show us on the camera?
No, I've only literally been making tiny little boxes and then leaving them either in the trash or giving them to people.
I want a box. Okay, make a box for the
And
graphics
send it with the
card.
graphics card.
No, I want the box that the graphics card is sent in.
To be made out of. Yeah.
Yes, out of your 3D printed thing. Your pen.
What did you get, Joe? What are some of the things that stuck out?
I got a ton of Lego sets. It was
Nice.
marvelous. Like my family was just like, hey, this is if there's any year that Joe's gonna take advantage of every Star Wars thing out
Look,
there.
we're never gonna fix you, so.
Yeah, that's kind of what this was. They were like, they finally acknowledged, like, listen, he's 29, he still wants Legos. Can we just make him happy? I was like, Mom, if you buy me socks, a shirt, or anything, I'm only gonna be disappointed. I just want Star Wars things and Legos. This is the best year to be a Star Wars fan in my entire life.
I'm glad I'm not the only one, because like people buy me clothes for Christmas. I'm like, don't buy me clothes for Christmas. I can get clothes anytime I want. This is the time to get me toys.
Yeah, anybody can get any. Like, if
I can buy myself a pair of pants. Get me some toys. That way I don't feel like an old, like an immature person because you got me the toys instead of me having to buy the toys.
So that's why we always gift each other toys. So like, but that's the thing. Like, I don't mind if somebody gets me a shirt or something like that if it's the 100% sure I'm gonna love it kind of shirt. Like, oh, is the short sleeve button down? Check. Okay, I probably will like it. Is it a graphic tee that's gonna make my tits look huge? No, I'm not gonna like it. Stop giving me those things. I'm never gonna wear them. So and everybody's like, we don't know what to buy you because you don't have a house to put stuff in. I'm like, just get me things and I'll figure out where to put it. Don't worry.
So I tend to wear speaking of clothes for like around the house bedtime type things. I'll wear like gym shorts and a t-shirt because I'm always running super hot. Like I don't like anything on my feet because my feet sweat. I don't like wearing long pants and anything. It's just t-shirt and shorts. I'm wearing it right now. But my girlfriend's mom every year likes to buy everyone the night before Christmas morning, so Christmas Eve, buys everyone PJs so that they can wear them the next day.
PJs?
The PJs.
Oh,
like
pajamas.
Pajamas.
Yes. Pajamas.
But she keeps buying me pajamas, but I never wear them. I've never worn, in the 7 years I've been with my girlfriend, a pair of the pajamas she's bought me because I don't wear pajamas. I don't like long...
Yeah.
And I've been getting like slippers, but I don't like anything on my feet because my feet sweat like grossly, like in a gross amount. So putting anything on my feet, it's just like... Ugh. Like I'm walking around in the ocean.
Meant to be nudists, and you are one of them. Like clothes just don't.
As long as my curtains are closed and the people around me don't mind seeing me naked.
It could be. It could also be that Ike is actually. I mean, there is precedence for the deep ones interbreeding with humanity. He might be part deep one, and that's why he needs to be in the water. He needs to be in the water so he can connect with his heritage.
I did love swimming. Like I could swim underwater for a really long time and never get tired of that. Maybe that's what it was.
I'm the same way, but that's
you like going into the water, and when you go into the water, you hear the voices of the elder deep ones.
That's a whale.
Same difference.
It's part whale, part killer whale.
Well, that's why my other name is not Railvis, it's Whalevis.
Whalevis? He has a little sloppy dorsal fin sticking out of someplace in his body. It's your job to guess, listeners.
He's got gills, but behind the back of his ear, like Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
He's adapting.
Speaking of whales, really quickly, Joe, I think we should do My Fitness Pal Season 3. I had a sign today that it is time to do Fitness Pal Season 3.
What was
I was sitting on the toilet, and the
God.
toilet seat cracked under my weight.
What?
Like, so I do my business, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, what the hell is that? And I get up and I look, I'm like, nothing looks, and I lift up the seat, there's a crack going across the underside of the bottom of the seat, so I'm like, okay. I sit back down, and then the whole thing right through the entire piece.
It was like you karate chopped it with your butt
It was
cheeks.
wood. It was made out of wood, and it just,
What?
I just
Did you
busted
get
the wood.
splinters or anything? And do you have to go to a doctor?
So I decided that,
My asshole's still bleeding, but I did the show anyway because you keep complaining about me being late.
I was gonna let a little wood in my ass stop me.
That actually ties into what I've been doing. A few weeks ago, my buddy Nick was like, Joe, I know you don't like moving around for no reason, but what if you were picking up a skill while you were moving around? And I was like, go on, I'm intrigued. He's like, have you ever heard of jiu-jitsu? And I'm like, this sounds interesting. So I started looking at it. I'm like, holy shit, this looks awesome. So I'm like, I need to go start a jiu-jitsu class. And then I thought, I haven't done anything actually physically demanding in probably 10 years. So I was like, I should probably go to the doctors, which the doctors is probably one of my least favorite places in the world, next to the dentist and other places that I don't know about yet. I'm scared. I'm scared of the doctors. It's something that I've been traumatized my entire life by the place, by shots, by blood. I can barely watch an episode of House. I like the show ER comes on. It gives me an anxiety attack. It's a weakness that
He
I
just
have.
sees George Clooney and he hates it.
No, how could you hate that man?
He was
He's
in
very
ER.
handsome. He's very handsome, even in ER. Um, so like I had to go to the doctors. I did all these tests to make sure like my heart's good. I'm not like dying or anything like that, and I still got stuff coming back. But man, like I got blood drawn, and I'm scared of that. And I was able to like conquer this fear that I've had since I was a kid. Kind of being like trying to be mentally strong about it, and not. I mean, I haven't been in any of the classes, but I've been reading up on what jujitsu's about, and it's like, oh man, I think I'm gonna be like one of those guys that are gonna be, oh wow, you guys, jujitsu's the savior of my life. I did it. That's what did it. Now I'm healthy and happy and everything. So yeah,
So you're gonna be the savior's jujitsu. Mine's gonna be breaking a toilet seat under my own weight. Will be my savior.
dude. But I mean, like, so I feel like I conquered a fear by being able to get blood drawn and
Did they do one of those
pass
cool
out.
new vial ones like on like the old days where like here we're gonna stick you with 12 needles because we need 12 things.
It was one of the easier ones, but like what I'm saying is like I conquered a fear. I feel like I've
Nobody cares about
accomplished
your fear,
something.
Joe.
Well, I
No,
mean,
good
like,
for you.
But see, like,
Overcoming needles is a huge fear. A lot of people. Is that what your fear is? That
yeah. And like that's why I'm so scared of flying insects and stuff. So like what I'm trying to say is 2015 has been the best year ever. You know, like I mean,
But if you can end 2015 this way, just think about what you can do starting off in 2016.
No, you know what? I'm pretty sure I peaked, and I think I said it before on the
It's
show.
all fucking downhill from here.
I mean, like, okay, I can go month by month and tell you how awesome everything was, but that would just be boring. But I'm going to do it anyway. January, went to the auto show. I became part of the automotive press. I reviewed a vehicle, and, you know, that was a dream come true. I went to CES. I met famous people. I saw a Cylon. I went on tons of vacations. I got married. I did all, like, I conquered a fear. Like that's just what I can remember off the top of my head. I peaked. There's just no way it can get better than this. It's been amazing.
I came to visit you. You didn't even throw that in there, Joe.
That's
Didn't
what I'm
even
saying.
say
Like,
that.
seeing friends from around the world. 2015, I peaked, and I know this is it. It's all downhill from here. I think I'm just gonna lay low.
2016, Joe dies at the end.
You know what? That's fine. I had an awesome up till now. Like life has been so good. I can't fucking complain at all. And I'm super like scared. I'm like, all right, these doctors' reports are gonna come back and like, Joe, you have stage 4 terminal everything cancer. I'm like, but they only have 2 days to tell me, and then 2015 will still be the best year ever. So that's what I'm thinking. I think
So,
in
Joe, we have to
2016
tell. Can you just call me back on January 1st?
I basically told him that. I'm like, you know, is a day really gonna make a difference if the cancer's spreading? I don't know, but just tell me it in 2016.
But you found out you were lactose intolerant.
Well, okay. I did.
But I suppose that's a small downside to an overly large
I
good
found out I was
side.
lactose intolerant. I'm sitting at the table and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, I've had all this trouble digesting dairy lately. It's really weird." And he's like, "Oh yeah, when you were a baby, you were lactose intolerant." And then I sat there for a second. I sat there for a second. I thought, and I looked at him, and I was like, "When I was a baby, I was lactose
I don't think
intolerant?"
that's something you get over. It's
Right.
not like you're cured. Or
He's like,
goes
oh yeah,
away.
he's like sitting there eating his mastacholi, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, like here, have some more cheese with your mastacholi, Joey. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, when I was a baby, he's like, oh yeah, you needed Similac, you know, even milk was just bad for you all the time, and eventually you just kind of grew out of it. And I'm looking at him like, I never grew out of that, Dad. I just thought that was normal. Like all this.
I just thought that after you ate a piece of cheese pizza, that 45 minutes later you had violent diarrhea. That was
Yeah.
the price you paid for delicious pizza.
That's and so my 29 years go by, and I finally go to a doctor and get enough courage to like talk about like things going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you might be lactose intolerant." I'm like, "Oh, I've heard that before." He's like, and he like asked a couple questions. He's like, "Here, try taking these pills. It's called lactate. It's the enzyme that breaks down lactose for you.
Yeah.
And then just have a grilled cheese or something. See how bad it is, or if it counteracts it, then you're lactose intolerant. You just need these things." ate the grilled cheese, drank some milk. Everything's hunky dory. And
So describe for me really quickly without going into too much detail.
okay.
If you ate a grilled cheese before the lactose, what is it like? Painful stomach pains? You're like, oh shit, I'm just gonna like blow my ass out
How
in the
about
toilet?
a combination of everything you don't want me to talk about?
Okay, fair enough.
Like not at once, but a little column A, a little column B, C, a little column 1 and 2.
So
Everything.
basically, Sarah wouldn't want to sleep next to you at night if you'd just eaten a pizza.
Listen, I didn't know it was a problem.
Is it normal?
I didn't know. No, like oh, man.
Well, I'm glad you found that out.
It was
Because
terrible.
I feel like it's hard being Italian and being lactose intolerant.
No.
Oh, there's worse. If he had like celiac disease, he couldn't have gluten. He would be disowned.
I better start liking olives and stuff because like this is like I got nothing to hang on to now. Yeah, but apparently it runs in my family. And then I talked to my brother and my brother Anth. He's middle brother, tall, super strong, good-looking guy. I'm like, Anth, are you like? He's like, yeah, dude, I've been lactose intolerant for all these years. And even Mikey, my youngest brother's like, yeah, dude, I've been lactose intolerant. I'm like, what? You guys just what is it? Nobody told me. This like half
It was
of
a
the
big
problems,
family secret, and apparently you weren't in on the secret.
half of the problems I was so worked up about and went to the doctors for was all because of this. And so
what you're saying is it's like the Force. Your father has it, his father has it, and your brother has it.
it was bad. So, but it's okay. It all led to me conquering a fear, and because of that, I feel a lot more mentally tough, which is really cool. And I think that's gonna be a theme going forward, being mentally
Are you
tough.
like purposely like trying to do Boy Scout slogans? Because you've been like mentally strong. You've said twice, and now you're physically like I kept
What
like
did I just say? Like I've never been in Boy Scouts. I don't know.
I know, but it's like triggering like the deep-seated cultness of like a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I'll keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And you keep like saying these things that are triggering it in my head, like triggering me to.
Joey's onto our brainwashing techniques.
X-nay on
See,
Washington.
Eric, you think you've been turning your life around the past couple months? We've actually been subliminally implanting these messages in your brain.
You're just no. It's not that I'm turning my life. It's that like I could be a doctor or a lawyer or something. But ever since I met you guys, you've been slowly you're like hey, you don't have a job, right? Would you kindly?
Would you kindly edit this show for me, Eric? Would you kindly show up on Wednesday every day?
Would you kindly be afraid of women? Because I was super confident as like a little kid. I don't know what happened to me. So like something about
it started at the 2008 BlizzCon.
Yeah.
From there.
See, I knew you were peaking this year, so I had to make sure that I had a good year too, so you didn't get like too high on your horse, kind of thing.
Speaking of high on your horses, that wasn't a transition. This is a transition to like you mentioned.
Excellent transition.
You mentioned
Speaking of bad transitions.
You mentioned something that reminded me of Star Wars. I went to see it again for the second time last night. And I guess
the second time?
Yeah, it's only the second time for me. I liked it a lot better this time, going in without the expectations of it blowing my mind. But also, I went to this theater I'd never been to. It was a bit of a drive away. A bunch of people were like, hey, let's go to this theater. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll see it with some friends. And it was like $6, and I wasn't expecting much. It was the nicest theater experience I've ever had, because it was like, the screen wasn't an IMAX screen, it was just a regular screen, but like the chairs were those nice ones that like have a button that reclines and the leg goes out, and they're like leather, and it was $6, and we're like, what the fuck, dude? How do we not know about this theater? He's like, yeah, they're renovating it, so like everything's cheap. Like I guess Tuesday nights it's like $6 for movies. Like we went at 10:30 and it was $6 a person. But even like during the weekdays, it's still not more than like a $15 thing. It's like, Jesus Christ, how do I not know about this shit?
It's like they put Midwest movie prices into your city.
Yeah, it reminded me, because when I lived in Roseville, there was this great theater. It was independent, and it was nice and fairly cheap, and they did this thing. It was like first show of the day was $5.45, so I could just go to, see a bunch of movies. I remember, I think it was was like my birthday one year was I just went and I saw 3 movies. I saw like Captain America and no, I saw like Thor and Fast Five and like I think one other movie, and I just stayed there like in the theater all day, and that was like my thing. Like that was what I did for birthday. I went, you know, and it was cheap, but yeah, it's like movies here can be kind of expensive.
That sounds like I'm really surprised you saw it a second time and didn't want to shit on it more though.
No, I mean I didn't even like when I say I really liked it. It's not like I didn't like it before. I liked it just fine, but I went in with too high expectations, and I knew that going out of it. I was like, and I think we did our review, which if you want to listen to us actually review the movie, we did a special one-off episode you can find either in this feed
full
or
of spoilers. Full of spoilers.
Yeah, absolutely full of spoilers. But yeah, I knew. I even said in that show when I see it a second time, I'll like it more. I knew it was because I had too high of an expectation for the movie. It was unrealistic of me, and I knew that coming out of it. I was like, I didn't like it. I liked it. I didn't love it. It was a solid movie,
See,
but
I already have the callous old man kind of thing going. So like I'm like, yeah, it just needs to be this good. As long as it's better than Jurassic World, I'm gonna be a happy guy. And then I was like, oh wow, this was actually really well put together. I like this movie.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about the second time is, though, you can also look at the little things, pay attention to the wording of things, but see the little things that were kind of tossed in there. That
like
I think
like the first line in the movie is, "This should start to make things right." That's the first line of the movie, is them apologizing for the other movies.
That's actually I didn't realize it. I'm gonna go see it for a second time in the next day or two, so I can, like, I went through the audiobook of The Force Awakens, and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm totally ready to see it again and in theater. And I think I'm gonna go to this like really crazy theater, called the Alamo, Alamo Draft House.
Oh, do they have one of those over in Michigan?
Yeah, they do.
Because I hear
Have
about
you been to
the
one?
text. No, but I know Doug loves movies. When I listened to that, whenever he was in Texas, he'd be there, and he always talks about how amazing that theater is for seeing
Well, like,
movies.
I heard a couple of people talking about it, but I don't know what makes it so special. Do you know what makes it so special?
I don't know. I think they just give a shit. I don't know. That's that. I mean, that's a hard thing. Like in Los Angeles, there's a shitload of theaters, but only a few that actually give a shit. Like the ArcLight, which is the expensive one, but it's nice because they give a shit about stuff, so it's kind of worth the money. Or the one that Quentin Tarantino just bought this theater, and it's really
he's doing
nice.
some good stuff. I kind of want to go see that stuff, and like but yeah. So this Alamo Draft House, it has like gourmet food. Probably like a step up of Applebee's, I'm thinking. I don't know. I haven't been there yet, but like, and I'm doing gourmet in those quotations that people do, like, you know what I mean, gourmet. Yeah. But and they have cocktails and things like that. But that's not something I haven't experienced before. But I think the really funny thing is what they don't put up with is shit. They don't like their customers, if they're sitting there with their cell phone, they just drag them right out. Like there's a zero tolerance to it. And so when a customer gets taken out and like they call in to complain to like a manager or something like that, they record it and play it before the movie starts. So they're like, I can't believe you kicked me out because I gave you my $15. I was drinking this, and nobody cares if I have my phone on. Like nobody. And so they play this before the movie just to like cement in, like, we don't fuck around. We take movies seriously. Don't take out your phone. Don't talk like that. Like it's a communal experience, but it's not meant to be a social communal experience. Yeah. Like you fucking listen to this movie and don't fuck it up for everyone. So like I kind of like it, but they have kind of really playful attitude. Actually, I think they have some of these things on YouTube, and you can just look it up, like the pre-roll things for Alamo Draft House. So go check that out if you get.
Yeah, the ArcLight isn't that like diligent, but they're usually pretty good about that kind of stuff. And they don't show previews. They don't show like the 30-minute commercial
pre-roll ads kind of thing,
ad stuff. They just sit there and they've got music.
Pre-roll ad. I really, really, really want to buy a Just Cool Enough pre-roll ad. In
Well,
a
that's
movie
why I
theater.
liked the independent theater in Roseville that I went to. They would do that, but they would be all commercials for local businesses. So it'd be like the gym
Right.
next door and like
Right.
that bar down the street and stuff like that, which was awesome.
Like I can't even tell you how much I wanted. I know it wouldn't have any effect, but I just want to go into the theater and be like, have you heard of podcasts before? Do you like to laugh? Just Cool Enough is the show for you. They've been podcasting together since 2006, offering podcasting laughs and giggles for all the family, except if you're under 18. Join Just Cool Enough's Eric, Ike, and Joe. Like, I want that. I want that so bad. And I just want like the corny imagery, like us shaking hands and like planting a tree and like us like getting into a car or something. And
Yeah, like
corny.
that. And it just like I've seen enough of those ads like going to that theater so much of like the guy who like 3D prints teeth for like the dentist offices. They're like, we got this fancy machine that we'll just print you a tooth and stick it in your goddamn face.
So like I want to be in between that, like the dentist office and like the tree removal and the roofing repair guy. Like JB's tree removal, it's here for you. Yeah. And you can like the audio is all crackly, it's like kind of yelly and stuff.
Yeah.
JB's tree removal is here for you. And then like the music starts. Just Cool Enough, a podcast about things they like. Yeah. Coming up every Wednesday at 6:30. Say Just Cool Enough at the cash register to get 50% off popcorn and snacks. All right, maybe I'm overstepping here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we can afford the ad, but snack. Don't fuck with the theater snack budget. That's where they make their movies.
That's their profit. That's their profit.
They don't give a shit about movies. That's where they make their profit. Yeah.
So that's that or a billboard on a road that I drive every on a regular basis. That would be a fun month. Just like the poster up there. I know these things have very low impact in the audience we're trying to get, but it's not about that. It's just about how vain and stupid I want to be.
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyway,
I would have to say the first time I went to see Star Wars, they didn't have any previews. Like we got there, it's like, oh, it's at 7. We got there, a few minutes early, got in our seats, and then they just started into it. And then like people showed up late, like having to get by everyone because you think there's going to be 20 minutes of shit before it, and there's not. Yeah. This time around. It was super rude for some of the people that showed up, but the rest of us were shocked that they actually even came, like even ended up doing any.
That's why I like the ArcLight, because they don't do they'll do the normal previews, but they don't do the commercials and shit for like 30 minutes. And they just have like a dude. He's like, hey, welcome to the ArcLight. Today we're playing this movie. If something shit's fucked up, I'll be standing over there and you can just yell at me and I'll make sure it's fixed. But okay, enjoy your movie. Bye. It's like a dude actually talking to you. It's not a voice like they like hire some teenager to go talk to you.
That's actually really refreshing too.
And some of the showings are like 21 and over. Not for like we're showing sexy movies, but it's like we're showing Cars 2, but this one's for 21 and older. No kids allowed.
That's actually I think that's fun watching those kind of movies. You just gotta drink a little bit. That's what take the edge off. Watch a kids movie. Drink a little, watch some Wall-E, have a good time. What's wrong with that? That's life.
It can be a little sad sometimes. Like I remember we went to the ArcLight. Like me and a couple of friends went to the ArcLight to see the Lego Movie, and this was when it was almost out of theaters already. Like nobody was in there. It was barely anyone saw it. It was just like the three of us and like maybe a mom and her 2 sons or some shit. And then like we're leaving and we're like, oh man, that was such an awesome movie. And then we walked through past our this guy we know, and he's like, hey, how's it going? We're gonna go see the Raid 2, and we're like, oh yeah, we just saw the Lego Movie.
Everything, yeah, you just gotta own it though. You gotta own it. There's nothing like, come on, man. Like, is there really shame in seeing the Lego Movie?
No, it was a good movie.
Who has 3 Lego sets to build?
When it comes out on HBO, I still watch it whenever it comes on.
Right, and. It's one of those things like, it's that movie transcends age and time. That is that's a good one. It's not
but John got to see the raid too.
I don't even care about the raid 2. The only raid that I care about is I don't even care about any raids actually. I don't
The
play
raids
any
that kill
MMOs.
ants.
Yeah.
Screw
Get
those
'em.
ants.
Yeah, I don't like. That's the only raid I care about. Home ownership. Oh gosh. So what's been? I mean, we kind of burned through a couple topics here pretty quick. I think. Did we like start early? Why are we?
So I've been watching this really cool anime I want to throw out. I was going to save it for the end, but I think I'll throw it out. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's called Fate Stay Night.
Ooh, it's so good. I'm watching.
And
Oh, yeah.
I finished it the other day. We binge watched it in the course of about 4 days, and now we're starting Fate Stay Zero.
Is that the? Oh yeah. You're
It's the
watching
prequel.
Yeah, you're watching it in the right order. Did you watch both seasons of Fate Stay Night? Or yeah, you must have if you already binge watched.
Yeah, but they say even though Fate Stay Zero is a prequel, you should watch Fate Stay Night.
So you're actually ahead and behind me at the same time because I watched the prequel, but I haven't seen the full second season
So
yet.
you're not supposed to watch the prequel first. Not with this one, they said.
But with Netflix,
That's how I felt about when I watched. There's this great Russian vampire movie series called Day Watch and Night Watch. But I forget which one comes first. I watched the second one first, and I was like, "This is good," but I don't understand these characters. And then I watched the original. I was like, "Oh, now I get it. Now I get it. This guy has a son, and okay, yeah, you do. Okay, now I get it."
But the anime, the reason I only watched the one was because only one season was available. They just added the next season, so, and I don't have Crunchyroll or anything like that.
I have Crunchyroll.
Is that how
I
you're
like
watching it? You're watching on Netflix.
I'm watching it on Netflix.
Fate Stay Night. Yeah. Anyway, I
Yeah,
don't know.
go check it out though. That's my recommendation.
That's kind of like your plug.
Kind of. I mean, I blew it early, but I have another plug for something else. So
Oh God, I didn't think of a plug this week. I'll think of one while Eric talks about.
you only have one job, Joe.
something. I don't have. I do. I have many jobs. I'm a man of many jobs. Hey, did you guys like? My whole Christmas celebration was really weird because there was no snow here in Michigan, and it was like 50-something degrees, and that felt really funky. Did you guys get any weird weather? Cause
No, I mean it's been cold, but cold in a relative term for Los Angeles. So we did have this nice. We have a natural gas leak slowly killing us, which is nice.
like you do.
Yeah, they will take at least 3 months to stop all this methane gas from pumping into the atmosphere around Los Angeles. So that's great.
Oh,
That's great.
I have an update of the car story where I actually went and I confronted the dude that screwed up my car where I had to get my other repair shop to fix it. Just for some continuity, I had a Shade Tree mechanic fix a car, and he lost parts and told me
Basically-
everything was fine.
Joe's car shitted out, and he thought he could save some money by going through like some Craigslist asshole instead of an actual mechanic. And the dude like fucking fucked everything up. It came out worse than it went, and then he ended up going to a mechanic and actually getting it fixed. But
I still came out ahead.
yeah, so you went
in
to
the money situation.
so you went after this weird Craigslist dick, and what happened?
Okay, so I went over there, talked to him a little bit, and then he started texting me, like after we had this very awkward exchange where I was like, "Hey man, just wanted to let you know," and I showed him like the bill. You fixed this car, and then I had to get it refixed. And they said that you were missing some bolts, and they said in like some connections, and they also said that you didn't have the fuel rail in properly. And he kind of looks around. He's like, "Those guys were just out to get your money." He's like, "I didn't miss any bolts at all." And I'm like, "Okay, so the place that
As
fixes
he's shoving bolts in his pockets,
Yeah.
and like, picking them up off
yeah,
the table
yeah.
next to him.
So, there's like a dog taking a shit like next to his Trump for president sign, and I'm like, "Oh God!" And I'm like, "Why did I even come over here?" And I'm thinking in my head, "Okay, so the guy that fixes the auto dealership that fixes my friend's Lamborghini, my other friend's Ferrari, my BMW, and like all these Audis and Porsches, these rare cars. Yeah, they're the ones missing the ball, not the guy that has the dog drinking out of the toilet and the wife like cooking spam and macaroni and cheese right now." And so I kind of looked at him and I was like, there's like no repercussion that you can have because he's just some guy. There's not like a corporate number for the dude that fixed the car. Well, what was I supposed to do other than like kind of go over there and give him some shit and be like, hey, you kind of suck. I don't like it, and it wasn't cool, and I think you should give me money back. And he was like, well, you're not getting any money back because I already did the work, and that was covering the labor. So he kind of was just like, eat shit, tough shit, get out of here. And then so like I leave, and then he sends me a couple text messages a little bit later, and he says, hey, I wish you would have got back with me with the CRV. There's no way those bolts were missing. They must have took them out themselves and charged you for it. I'm reading it from my phone. and then like he told me that I misquoted the amount that I paid him by like $100, and then he's like,
and I'm sure your bank account also misquoted you that too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, I'm the one who added up wrong. I know I only have a high school education. That's about 12 more years than you have. So like yeah.
Hey.
Anyway,
you did some community college. Don't sell yourself short.
Thanks, man. I like when you got my back like that. Anyway, all is well. But like that was on my honey-do list. This week I have off and Sarah's at work, so she made me a honey-do list, like the first one ever. And on the list, one of the things was bitch out that crappy mechanic. And I'm like, oh god, I gotta do it.
Get stabbed for the insurance money.
Sarah
you call him up like, listen, I really didn't want to do this, but my wife told me I had to. It's on the list.
It's like that thing. It's like that thing where like you get into an accident, like two guys get in the accident, and they both get out of the car to yell at each other, but they're really just yelling, "I don't want to be here, but my wife told me I have to be here." It's like, yeah, well, I don't want to be here either. But my girlfriend says if I had to come out and yell, well, fuck you. I have to pretend like I'm angry with you. Fuck you. I like those shoes. Thanks.
Hey, bro, accidents happen, but we gotta look real angry because that's what our significant other said we gotta do. This is gonna make them feel good, and I know this makes us both look like assholes, but whatever, man, whatever. You know, like, do you know? I've tried that before. Do you mind if I
kick dirt on these shoes? I know they look real nice. Don't worry,
I'm gonna come up. Yeah, I'm gonna come up and hit your hood real hard, and then you can go over and kick my tire, and then we're gonna go in and say that we both won. All right?
Hey, deal. Man, do you know Joey? Do you know Joey? Man, yeah, Joey from work. Man, we need to get a drink sometime. We're starting a bowling league. You seem like you like bowling. Yeah, man, I like bowling.
I actually tried to do that before, and it doesn't work out in your favor. Just saying, it actually is very demeaning to your significant other, whatever gender they are. So, FYI, not a good idea. No matter how shiesty or slick-haired you think you are, you know, your snake oil and Slytherin skin just not gonna work this time. So, when in doubt, don't throw your significant other under any buses. That's sound advice from a guy who's been married for 6 months. So, did Eric just freeze?
No.
Mid drink? Oh god, it looked like
he was actually advertising.
Oh, did my camera freeze? Because I was.
He's like, this is the bet.
Yeah, you're just sitting there like chugging. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so thirsty. What's wrong with him?
I'm quite thirsty. I'm still getting over whatever sickness that is in my throat, and I feel like I want to start blaming, even though it's far away, it's in Porter Ranch. I want to start blaming it on that natural gas leak. Is why my throat's acting all up, even though it's kind of far away from where I am. But still, like, it's been going since October 23rd. It's just been like shooting out methane gas. So yeah.
That's kind of crappy about that, but I mean they'll get it fixed. If anything, the government's efficient at fixing major problems, right?
Well, this is not it's a private company, so it'll take a long time.
Even better.
Even better. So they'll fix it as soon as it's cost effective to do so.
All right. So what are you guys doing for New Year's? Do you guys have any great New Year's plans? Because this is like New Year's Eve today.
This is actually, I think, the first New Year's in I can remember in a long time where I actually do have plans. Normally, I'm antisocial and don't have friends, so I don't have plans. But because I'm on an improv team, I'm forcing them to be friends with me. But yeah,
improving friendship, like all your interactions are just like
they have to yes and. Yeah, I have to. I'm like, we're friends now. Yes, and can I borrow your car? Or something like. But yeah, our improv school
Yes,
is
but
doing.
you have to fill it with gas.
Yeah,
Like that's how friendship starts.
yeah. Our school is doing a New Year's Eve party tomorrow, which should be fun. And I'm going to that. I bought a new white shirt because my button-up from like 6 years ago is like really baggy on me. So I bought a nice like slim cut one that fits my more slender frame, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't know what it's I'm probably not gonna enjoy it all that much. I'm gonna try, but I know me and I know parties and stuff like that. But hopefully enough people I know will be there so that I won't have to like latch on to the one person I know. I can latch on to like a couple of people, so it looks like I'm just bouncing around having conversations, not desperately clinging to people like life rafts in the Titanic.
See, he's gonna have a bunch of violinists playing next to him, and he's like, "You want the life raft too?" And they're like, "No,
it was
we're
an
going down."
honor, gentlemen. Eric just falls over.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, there will be bands, so.
So, like, why you gotta make it so dramatic in your head, Eric? Like,
because I know me and I know what I'm like, and I know like it's just like
we made him this way, Joe. We made him.
You know what? I think you need to practice some mental toughness, some honor, some Scouts honor, some helping ladies across the street, and some Pinewood Derbies. Like that's what you need to be thinking
Pinewood
about.
Derbies was Cub Scouts.
I don't know anything about these guys. I can't even make jokes
just throwing out
about
random
But
shit.
you know enough to have adapted.
Work on your social badge.
Yeah, I got my social badge.
Look! I did first aid, world history, and rifle shooting. I didn't work on social skills.
You should have.
I got my
social
computer.
Skill.
I got my computer badge because my dad was the guy in charge of that, and I said, can we work on it? And he's like, I'm lazy and don't want to do it. I'll just give you the badge, and eventually we'll get to it. And we never did. So that one was a freebie.
Wait, which one was it?
The computers.
What is
because I was going to say
computer badge.
You have first aid, world history, and riflery. So that makes a lot of sense because you know not to repeat past mistakes, and when shit goes down and somebody does inevitably repeat past mistakes, you're prepared to either heal the people around you or shoot the bastards that are trying to kill you.
Or Eric is just uniquely equipped to do a Civil War reenactment.
Solo. He plays both sides.
I have fired a black powder musket, so yeah.
See? There you go. This was the bloodiest battle ever staged on American soil. My name's Eric Reichert.
I fired it 3 times and had to load it each time. So,
oh
yeah.
wow! How many shots did you get off? Like,
3.
Was it in a minute or like?
No, it wasn't like a time thing. It was just it was at summer camp and it was Scout summer camp, and that was one of the. It wasn't part of the badges, but they were like, we will let you if you pay, because basically you didn't have to pay for ammo, but you paid for targets, which were basically got you enough. So I bought the target and I got 3 shots with the .50 caliber black powder musket.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I went to a shooting range for the first time for as long as I can remember. First time I was old enough to actually shoot a gun in a shooting range, and I'm pretty sure I found where all the hillbillies like stay and like everybody's cool.
The
truck.
South?
Like, no, like in the North here in Michigan. Like I'm like, where are all these trucks coming from? And then. Oh, this is like church for gun enthusiasts.
Yeah.
There we go. They get out of church and then they go right to the gun range. This place was packed. It was like, it was like a ride in an amusement park to get into this firing range, and everybody was in camo. Everybody's open carrying, and it's just like don't tread on me stickers everywhere. I'm like looking in the parking lot. I'm like, I need like a coexist sticker. Just slap it on somebody's big truck or something like that. It was an experience. There's lots of different kinds of people there that I not used to interacting with, but some of the best stuff there was all the
now I want to do that. I want to completely change the trajectory of my life. I want to buy a big fucking truck, like an old truck too, like an old Chevy or Ford, one of those older fuckers you have to like maintain yourself. I want to grow like just the raggiest, shittiest mullet, and let my natural shitty facial hair grow into like a shitty like weird mustache.
What do you think I'm doing right now? That's exactly. I'm letting my beard
No, I mean,
grow out.
no beard. Just like you can do that, but I'm talking like I have like that 6 strands of hair coming out of the top of my lip beard, and I've got I think I still have a pair of like woodland camo like pants and shirts that I got for for when I was paintballing. So yeah, just like be that guy, but also be like super into like just super progressive, like socially conscious guy, like driving. It's like government man, like don't tread on me, and also love is love, you know. Just be like that guy. Just be like.
That would be awesome to be just a walking anomaly. Just
yeah, like that quote from Steve Austin, the wrestler, who's always like, it's like, I think anyone who wants to get married should get married, and if it's to another man, hey, more power to you, brother, or some shit like that. Like,
yeah. Don't you realize that that's what Steve Austin said in the Good Book?
Yeah. Just be like the hillbilliest of hillbilly. Just always chewing tobacco. Just like the missing teeth. Carrying like shotgun in the back of my pickup, but also like coexist sticker, like Madoff 2016 or Bernie Sanders 2016.
You got to say something like really like. It has to be derogatory, but not like quite offensive. Like yeah, those brown guys over there told me about kale and quinoa. And now I'm eating it. It's real good. You just gotta misquote a couple things, and I think you could totally do it. You get kind of like be a little bit sexist, but not like quite like.
I saw this comedian did that. He did like this Andrew Dice Clay thing once at our show, and he was like she walks to me, and I'm like, hey, bitch. Is a derogatory word that I wouldn't personally use.
That's exactly.
Yeah. And he's like wearing glasses. He's like, hey, you know.
Like, yeah, I got to take the old lady back home so she can fill out her.
She's talking at me. I'm like, get back in the kitchen, and then go continue through to your car and go to work because you were a valued member of this company. And
yeah. And you shouldn't have to wear a shirt like that.
Yeah.
To get a promotion, and I'm gonna have a word with your manager. Like, wow, this guy's really about equal rights. But you gotta have the truck.
Hey, you fucking anyone? Because that's none of my business, and you are completely within your rights as a liberated modern woman.
Just be like straight on the center. Don't go one like. I want to do that. Like, I'm already like turning that way. But look at this. I got a knife now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, wow! Look at you.
Oh wow! I've had one since I was 11.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, look at this. I'm wearing a flannel shirt. I got a little knife thing. I'm learning. I went to a gun range.
Got a beard.
I got a beard. I'm letting my facial hair go. Like that. I'm telling. 2016 is gonna be the year I lay low. I'm gonna have MREs. Like, I'm gonna start prepping. Like. I gotta get rid of my Honda because it's a foreign car.
No foreigners.
No foreigners. Where'd Eric go?
Sorry, I was looking for, like, you brought up that pocket knife, and I wanted to get my big Bowie knife and go, that's not a knife, this is a knife. But it's in this big old fucking thing of
now that's a knife.
Shit is buried underneath here against a bunch of wigs and shit.
So, well, Eric goes to find his knife. I don't know. Like, it's actually kind of cool because living over where I'm at right now with my cool roommates, Sarah's mom and dad. Nice hat.
I found my nice woodland camo hat and also my nice knife.
You were a Boy Scout.
He's gonna cut a bitch.
This is actually my dad.
It's a derogatory term
my dad.
I would never use.
You can't probably see it, but I think this was my dad's when he was a Boy Scout because it's got JR carved on the back of it.
Joseph
I couldn't bring this to Boy Scouts with me because it's longer than 3 inches, and they made a rule that your knife had to be 3 inches or under. So I was like, oh, fuck.
Knife. I was confused. We were talking about Boy Scouts and length. I thought.
Close your eyes and only hear that part.
Hey, man. I don't appreciate your jib-jabbing on this fine country, but I respect that you have an opinion that is different than mine, so I will allow you to have that, and I will defend to death your right to be a socialist, liberal piece of shit. Man, if that's what you want to do, I should have grabbed this knife, El Diablo. I've got a couple of knives, guys.
Eric, you're not allowed to have this stuff. You live in L.A. You live in California. You're
I'm allowed
supposed
to
to.
have.
That's only for Northern California people.
No, I can have one. This one's cool because it says El Diablo on it for some reason.
That actually is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got some nice drawings of like a bird and a ship and
But
nautical
this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, so
I mean, that's the cool
Sarah's
line.
mom and dad live a little further out of the cities that I normally spend time in. So I'm getting exposed to more of kind of outside culture. What is this called? Like the kind of people that are like Bass Pro Shop gift card. Hell yeah, this is the kind of Christmas I need to have. Or like, oh, Cabela's. Yeah, we.
I mean, if you're looking for something, I know you didn't give me nothing, but if you're looking for something, I wouldn't mind me one of them Bass Pro Shop gift cards.
I mean, I can find stuff I like there. I barely ever went in these stores and stuff, and so I'm just kind of embracing it a little bit. I got a 4-wheel drive car. I mean, it's not American yet, but I mean, I could try.
But you be careful, because not all Fords are made in America, and not all of them Jap cars are made in Japland.
Yeah,
Some of them made here. So you
some of
be careful.
the hick guy is good.
But we live in a world economy now, so none of that actually matters in the grand scheme of things. You just buy yourself a nice car.
Dude, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start taking up the gun range. I'm growing out my hair. And I'm gonna be Eric's caricature of hippie.
Well, I already
liberal.
got the hat, so you got to pick a different thing. I got the hat. It's woodland camo.
I know there's woodland camo within reach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, even in this room, this isn't my room, but this is Sarah's brother's.
Over that
room.
closet, there's at least one shotgun in there.
It probably is. I'm gonna just start snooping on air here. What do we got? Oh my god!
Yeah.
No, there's like a John Deere thing over here. Yeah, I'm it's a little different than what I'm used to. All right, guys. Let's start closing up the show and do our plugs, Eric.
All right. You can always follow me on Twitter unless you use the government. But they are already following me, and honestly, their draconian spying on us is keeping us safe. If you want to argue that, that is your prerogative. So you can follow me on Twitter at the Duncor, DUNCOR. That's at Duncor.
You could follow me on
I can
Twitter.
hit my hand and it hurts. Like
I was busy punching a guy that was harassing a lady.
I was walking down the street and I see this real fucking this dude, and I'm just like, hey, fuck you. And he was like standing all there, dressed all fancy, disrespecting the rights of minorities. So I had to just punch that dude in his face. Then I felt bad about it because because now I'm making myself the hero of their struggle. So then I apologize to them for their struggle is their struggle, and I should not be involved. It is not the white man's job to fix their problems or incorporate their culture and be the hero. Let them be their own heroes. They can do it themselves. They do not need me.
Eric, you just goddamn dude. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Q Carr, but I mean, why even? Just follow
I'm just
Eric.
saying, I don't want this to be like another Blindside situation where that fucking movie's about how great she is for adopting this black kid, and not how horrible this black kid's life was, and how he made it good on himself and made himself in the NFL. No, it's about this white bitch who adopted a poor black guy, and isn't she so fucking great?
But now you're being derogatory towards women.
That's true.
Eric.
That is true. I should not have brought her gender into it. I am apologizing. That was a microaggression, and I apologize.
I want to hear like some far right conservative guy say microaggression and like emotional blind spot and see if they can use it in a sentence. That's great. Ike, please.
I want to say you can follow me on Ike_Dodge on Instagram, or you can follow Eric at Mostly Shit. And check out, I know TB did a nice video recently. If you haven't heard about Valve's Christmas Screw Up, go check out Total Biscuit's movie, or rather YouTube video called Now I Will Talk About Valve's Christmas Screw Up.
Yeah, actually, I did watch that. That'll be our plug for our collective plug
I mean,
for everyone.
you just gotta realize corporations are people now, but that doesn't make them infallible because they are still run by people. Though I do not stand by Citizens United.
How do you feel about the Koch brothers? Guys, look, come on, we gotta end the show, Eric. So, thanks for listening, and
All right,
keep safe, everyone.
Don't these colors don't bleed and troll you later.
Oh my gosh, dude, you play it so well, so well. It's like you live these thoughts in your head. And
It's like I just state my honest opinion and do a fucking weird accent when I do it.
Dude, you should, this is your skit. You could be like Larry the
I've been
Cable
looking
Guy.
for new character bits. So yeah, this
This is a
socially
character.
conservative hillbilly certainly works out.
See you later.